The machine. Oh, okay. His machine is being guarded. Ma'am, glad to see you've arrived safely. What, ma'am? We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press. So we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing you should know about the machine. It calls itself Coda. Hold on, Coda's a machine? You are a machine, Coda. Who's this supposed to be? What will you do with it? Can you give us something? Please, could you take something? What is this machine? Wow. What will be done with the machine? Where is the machine? Hey guys, I'm over here. You're the worst press in the world. It's the valve symbol. It's the 3 dots.
And of course, it's the machine.
It's a literal machine. His thinking box is Valve. Okay. Are you done? We're done. Okay. You stopped feeding us. Your work is keeping us alive. Your work was keeping us healthy. Those people out there, can you imagine the pain that you've put them through? It was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. Is this how he thinks of himself? Like being this... Oh my god. This could be so many things. How could we possibly go back to trusting you to do this job? That's kind of negative. They're all kind of negative. How about this for a start? You need to go to the people who are out there and apologise to them. You have to admit to the people that you allowed them to suffer. And I've been so alone. Do you know what I think this is? I think this is him talking to himself again, clearly. But I think at first he'd done something, it was kind of cool, people liked it. People wanted more and more and more and more, and he just couldn't do it. And there's only so much that you can think of. Like the fact that he'd done the prison over and over again. This is loud as shit in my earballs, by the way. But the fact that he'd done the prison over and over and over again, and he just wasn't coming up with anything new, and the pressures of expectation, I guess that's what it could be, which would lead to social anxiety because people are expecting more and more of him, and he feels like his think tank's running low, and now he's literally blaming his own brain for not putting shit out there, and he feels like he owes the people outside the press, his friends, his family, this apology because it's kind of shut down and left him in the dark. It's kind of how I interpret this anyway. Wait, no, nothing? Think carefully, I know how to hurt you. Oh. I have seen the thing you fear. Alright then, I will speak to them for you. You are the machine, Coda, you don't realise? My followers, my friends. Oh, this will definitely change the way the conversation ends. My friends. Falls to me to deliver the bad news. The machine will not apologize. The machine refuses to admit That it deliberately hurt us. Wow. It's not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. He's genuinely having a struggle with his creative side, isn't he? It's him and his creative side. They're at war. When two brains go to war, Coda turns the game off. Hey, let us show that we are not failures. Yes, come on, Coda. Hey, no, follow me. We will destroy the machine. Or everything that the machine has created. Oh, those are both terrible outcomes. Why? Why have you got to be... Can't you just learn to get along? The texturing on the little building in the background, pretty good. Pretty good. Let's destroy the machine. Oh, we are destroying the machine. Uh-oh. No, we're not. Where did the machine go? Tricked us. Oh! Okay. Is it behind the curtain? Hello, machine.
Remember, you can click to fire the gun.
Yeah, I realize that. But there's nothing to fire it at, dude. Oh. Oh. Get wrecked! Quick, get it all before there's... Is there a secret thing? Oh no, wait, we can go out here now? No. Not quite. That is actually super cool.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
Maybe he doesn't want the games to be seen.
I'm thinking this,
you ever thought about that?
I realized that I could be the one to initiate it.
No.
It would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him?
That's a terrible idea.
See the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings. Would that bring him out of his mental spiral?
Nope, it's his inner thoughts.
In himself? Would it bring
Davey,
him
don't do it.
back into his work?
Don't do it, Davey. We are wrecking the place. You will have no games to show, Davey. Oh!
So I started showing Coda's work to people.
No, that's a terrible idea.
This one, and the islands which you just played.
What, you showed
the notes?
You showed the floaty vagina?
The prison escape game. I brought
Davey, no!
That I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Oh, Davey, you're such a dick. That's it, you've wrecked the machine now. Stop thinking. It's hard to stop thinking in a thinky game. Oh wait, put down your weapon. No. I don't have a weapon. Uh-oh. I do have a weapon. Oh, he's angry.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do?
No.
It's
it's the worst thing to do.
I need to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something. I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
made him feel happy.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Sweet. June 2011, The Tower. Oh, I mean, he's got good at textures, Coda.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, The Tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
It's not distancing itself from the world, Davey. It's a private game for you that's basically saying, hey, you were in the warm spot, Mr. Davey. You were here. You were there with me. You seen my inner thoughts. You experienced what I was choosing to show to only you. Now, you've thrown it all at me. And welcome to the fucking Iron Dungeon of Coldness. Because that's kind of what he deserves. To do something like that with somebody that's clearly battling with something. We're not sure what it is. It could be depression. It could be the fact that they make floaty vagina islands. It could be social anxiety. It could be the fear that you're not going to be good enough ever. Or that you're pigeonholed because of where you're born or anything like that. Oh, you're getting led. You're getting led into the... Davey, this is all for you.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Does it? There's no maze. Oh!
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable.
Yeah, you're telling me. You could fucking told me, Davey.
Being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all.
Boom. I've called it,
nailed it. I
nailed
want to show
it.
you the rest of the level, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Reap, stop thinking, play the game. You pretty much spoiled the game for yourself by thinking too much. No, I just beat the game. I beat the game in my brain. I spoiled it by saying it's a thinking game. I mean, this is really good. It's still massively open to interpretation, but yeah, Coda's pissed off because he shared his thoughts and feelings the only way that he could, the only way that he knew he could, with select people, and they've aired his dirty laundry. Let's see. Should we try beat the maze ourselves? No, probably not. Oh wow, are you kidding? You can actually beat the maze.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end.
Oh, but you lied to me, Davey.
That game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
Sometimes, I mean, let's be honest, the maze isn't necessarily a maze, it's just like stay on the path that I've set for you. That's all it is. That's the deep and meaningful there. Like, not everything requires any more thought than just to be mindless and walk forward. But Davey is modifying these games, right? The cleaning one, Davey turned around and said to us, and then it just stops. Everything stops because we can't stay in the darkness forever. Coda was quite happy to stay in the darkness. He was quite happy to stay in the shadows and make these little games for himself. It seems to me like Davey is the one that was pushing. Like, hey, you need to make your games public. And Coda was withdrawing from him rather than from himself, maybe? Davey, you a fucking stalker? If that turns out that Davey killed Coda at the end, I'm gonna be so disappointed. So disappointed in you, Davey. Oh, we got another maze? But yeah, he's modified these games. He's made the games playable when they were never supposed to be playable. There was... Like, he modded it so it was sped up. Instead of taking the time.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Oh, I got 3 of them. No, go backwards. Oh, I hate these types of things. Did I just do it again? Oh, you're an idiot. Even with the code. There we go. Silly clicks. Silly clicker. 15, 16, 17. Boom. Done. Pull the switch. Oh wait, try 15, 16, 18. Oh, I'm not allowed to. The bridge was made by Davey. Oh, right, okay. The people in the first prison game talked about staying in the darkness. Yeah, they did. Yeah, you're right. Coda just wants to... He's not doing it for fame. He's not doing it to be recognized. He's doing it for himself. And the more Davey was pushing, the more he was pulling away. I mean, Coda did have his demons. I still think Coda's got sexuality issues.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem.
Cut yourself off
failure,
from
I
you.
can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that. Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why.
Oh, you will realize, Davey, you're going to realize very shortly.
2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't
His texturing is great.
It wasn't my
it's
friend.
not Coda.
I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them...
Oh, you realizing? You realizing that you pushed him away?
Though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean.
Oh yeah, please tell me he told you an answer. It's Steam. Steaminati is confirmed.